Okay, good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and undecideds. This is a thing, it's called a MaxLight 2L-12H. It's a specialty device used in stamp making, I believe. It shines a very bright light on film and rubber and whatever, and helps make stamps. So if you have a custom stamp with your signature or something like that, this would be what was used in there. We have some kind of locking mechanism here to hold the lid down, and there's a push button here to make it flash bright light. And from what I've been told, it just doesn't really work at all. Like, it doesn't turn on, despite the fact that I don't know a lot about these. Either does anybody else, for the most part. So we are going to just use some general electronic troubleshooting know-how if we can, and see why we aren't getting any power. So I just plugged it in, and I'm going to flip the switch to on, and I would have assumed I would have gotten a fan or something, and I get no fan, no response. Push the button, no response. So as far as I can tell, she's dead, Jim. So let's start with the easiest part. Take the fuse out. Let's see what we got for a fuse. We have a fuse that doesn't say doodly squat on the fuse, so I hope it says something on the unit, but I'm assuming this is probably the factory fuse, so let's just check it and see if it beeps when I put contact to it. So does my tester itself beep? Yes, my tester beeps, so put that there, put that there. Oh, our fuse is blown. It does have a blown fuse. Okay, so despite the fact that the fuse does not look blown, it is blown. It's actually blown right there in the corner. So why did this fuse blow? I don't know. It is a 5 ampere fuse. It says 5 amps. So I'm assuming like 250 volt 5 amp, which is what we normally see in these. I will try and look that up, and it may have been, because this is a very high draw, current draw thing, it may have just popped the fuse from, being used too many times without enough time to cool down. It might just be something simple. We'll find out. Okay, so the closest thing I have that might work as a fuse would be I have a 3 point something amp. Being a lower fuse, it's more likely to blow, but it's just a cheap fuse, and at least that'll maybe give me a gauge as to what I'm up against here. So we'll screw that fuse in, and we'll try to power the device on and see if it at least spins up or what happens here. Okay, so now it goes beep and the fan's kicking on. So that may have been all she had, but it probably will blow the fuse here when we go to flash the lighties. Maybe. Okay, so it is charged up and ready because I got this little orange light. So when I push this, it should shoot bright light and maybe blow a fuse. I don't know. If it blows my fuse, that's the way it is. Okay, so it tried to flash the bright light, and it shut off. So I'm going to assume it just popped my fuse, because it's supposed to have a 5 amp fuse, and it had a 3. Oh yeah, it blew my fuse. That's okay, I was kind of expecting that. So, but it did try to light up, so I kind of do need a pack of the right size fuses, and then we can see what gives. So off to the adventure store to get some fuses. Okay, see you in a little bit. Okay, so I got the right type of 5 amp fuse, yay. So we're going to try it again. There, it's booting up and charging, and I think it's charging some kind of capacitor before that goes on. And then we'll push the button and see if anything good happens or something bad happens. Okay, so I push the button and it went, ooh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so apparently it charges up and then goes poof with a big bright ball of light, which you saw everywhere. So it's like a big giant super bright camera flash. And I think that's all it does. So that, as far as being maximum amount of light, I would agree that's definitely MaxLight. That scared me. I thought something was going to explode. But okay. So let's try one more, I guess. Okay, so we're going to push the button, and I guess we wait. Poof, big burst of light, and a beep to tell me it's done. So, yeah, we're working fine. I mean, I would try this a couple more times, but this is probably an extremely uneventful and interesting repair because it wasn't really a repair. It's just a fluke that the 5 amp fuse that was in there went poof, so I put a new 5 amp fuse in there that didn't go poof, and it seems to be working just fine. We'll try one more test. Okay, so that's all I think we need to do to this, and I think we're back in business. So when all else fails, change the fuse and test it. Make sure you got a couple of extra fuses. If your fuse is blown initially, try changing it. If it blows the new fuse one time, then it's time for some serious troubleshooting. But in this case today, no troubleshooting required. Our thing seems to work just fine now. Yay. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Really, really simple repair, a thing I've never really seen or worked on before. And I guess if you wanted to scare the crap out of your neighbors, you could try to flash this with the lights open, but I think this little trigger switch is, keeps you from popping the lights while it's open. Yeah, see, I can't pop the lights while that's open because the thing's open, so close that. Try it again. Yeah. So as far as I can tell, everything works fine. That was a extremely simple repair. I have nothing to say. That was really easy. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.